See? I still make videos. Sometimes. Routines is an independent dark comedy and kind of thriller and kind of horror film from writer-director Dominic Migliore. I hope I'm not butchering that had the misfortune of being released in 2020. The film's main focus is on the character Bruce Man, who is an anti-comedian whose entire shtick is trying to get the least positive response out of a crowd. He wants everybody to be offended. He wants everybody to leave pissed off and regretting what they just saw. That or he's a failed comedian. I may have lost the plot somewhere, but honestly, I think his whole thing is that he is going on the negativity because he even has a plant in the crowd that he'll occasionally get to come up on stage who he knocks out and starts hitting with the microphone stand. So, anti-comedian. We're already rambling. His character eventually falls in love with a punk rock singer named Darling, and they develop a very unconventional relationship, and they sort of play on each other's weirdness. They're both super into like old monster movies and horror movies, and he even tries to get her into the old Prisoner show, which brings us to an interesting thing, something that I can definitely connect to as far as people that I know that were involved in this project. We've got Radiodrome host Josh Hadley, now going to be Retrodrome host Josh Hadley, as the persnickety video store clerk. And he may tell you otherwise, but I think he did a pretty damn good job here. Other internet personalities that you might notice in here is the Cinema Snob, played by Brad Jones. He shows up in this movie as like a radio DJ. Also does a fine job. I just felt the need to highlight this kind of stuff because obviously I've known Josh for a long time and have worked with him through Radiodrome stuff and have been a very big fan of Brad as the Cinema Snob as well. So I felt the need to highlight this stuff.
I'm not a number. I am Bruce Mann.
Seriously?
Why not? I'm the only asshole ever comes in here.
I still need your card. It's policy, man.
Whose policy? You're the only jerk-off who ever works here.
Fine, just fill out another one.
As far as the aesthetic of the film goes, the director had specifically gone for what is described as an Abel Ferrara kind of look, specifically Driller Killer. So if that's your thing, if that's your style, this movie's definitely got it. It's a very unclean, unkempt looking film, very slimy, very greasy, very sleazy looking, which I think very much fits in the tone of specifically late 70s, early 80s Abel Ferrara. And not only that, but in my own viewing experience, I noticed hints of a little bit of Frank Henenlotter, a little bit of Maniac era William Lustig. And what I tried to describe earlier is that this is a sort of dark humor, sort of thriller, sort of horror. It's got elements of a little bit of everything, which definitely drew me in and definitely gave off that vibe of an Abel Ferrara kind of film, and definitely not only with the aesthetics but the way the characters are portrayed. These are very, very sleazy characters. These are not the kind of people that you would ever want to run into anywhere, and that's what makes the movie so great. It's this escape into just absolute sleaziness, and I really enjoyed the hell out of watching it, and I definitely recommend anybody else that if it drew you in, telling you that this was specifically meant to be kind of a Abel Ferrara verse kind of movie in terms of those aesthetics. You know, if you're a big fan of Maniac era William Lustig, I think you'll definitely enjoy this. Unfortunately, I don't think the movie has a distributor yet. The director is definitely looking into getting onto a streaming service or getting it distributed somewhere, ending up at a festival somewhere, which I hope it does. It definitely deserves to. Unfortunately, the movie just had to come out during the fucking great unpleasantness, which sucks, but I think it definitely deserves its day in the sun amongst other very fantastic, sleazy, independent films that have been coming out. Obviously, like Joe Bigos, VFW, movies like that at least got to shine at some festivals and got to make it onto streaming services. So, hey, why not routines? I enjoyed the hell of it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I hope you do too if you're able to find a means to watch it. And that's it. Actually, no, wait. There was one more thing that I wanted to talk about, but when it comes to this vlog shit, my mind just gets lost in whatever the fuck I'm trying to accomplish here. But there was one thing I wanted to sell you fucking weirdos on, and this is definitely something that fits in the tone of the Lustig, Abel Ferrara, even a little bit Frank Henenlotter kind of shit, is a character in this film's dying wish is to be eaten out one more time before they're officially dead. So, if that draws you in, hey, I did my fucking job. All right.